Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another very interesting and unique guitar to share with you guys. It's like a thin line Telecaster with humbucker single and coil splits and a trem and so on and so forth. So we're gonna find out how this all works together. Here we go. Yes, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all having an excellent day today. As you know, I love to find and share interesting instruments with you guys, and today, yeah, we've got something pretty cool. This guitar was kind of designed to be the ultimate studio guitar. So one guitar that could give you all the main tones that you would need, so you wouldn't have to bring a bunch of instruments to get a bunch of different tones. So we've got 2 humbuckers and a single coil, a 5-way switch, plus a coil split here. So there's going to be some interesting tones. So we're going to get into that in a second, but here's some of the highlights and here's exactly what this guitar is. Right. So what exactly is this guitar? Well, it is a VOLA. These guys have been making some pretty incredible instruments as of late. So I'm going to link to it in the video description below, but here are a few highlights that caught my eye. Now, number one, we've got, of course, locking tuners, and this is made in Japan. So fretwork on this is stainless steel frets, made in Japan, roasted maple neck. When we look at the fret ends, they are beautiful. So even when, I take my camera and go way up close, I can't see any filing marks. They've been polished up, exquisitely. Very, very nice, even way up high here and stuff like that. So that's cool. And of course, the pickup layout definitely caught my eye right away. So we're going to hear those in a second. And of course, semi-hollow alder body. And when we look at, some of the detailing on the F-hole, it's nice. And I like that they painted all the way down. Sometimes, a company will finish over the top and kind of half-heartedly finish in the F-hole, but you can see, the natural wood. Here they've painted it all and finished it all really nice. Goto 510 trem. Whenever you put a 510 on a guitar, you've got my attention. I love the 510. No cavity cover on this model. Beautiful block, like high quality parts for sure. So that's really great. And of course the toggle right here, we're gonna see what that does as well in terms of the tonal capabilities. This model's available in white and gold. That's definitely a head turner, and available in black and gold, which is one of my favorite aesthetics as well. So, but the white and gold is definitely a head turner. So let's plug this thing in and see if it's as versatile as it claims to be. Here we go. So let's test out some tones. Now the guitar is in its full humbucker mode. We'll use the toggle here to split the coils in a second, but let's just leave it in its full humbucking mode. 5-way switch. Let's start off in the neck. Totally clean. Here we go. So that neck pickup is very dynamic. When you soften up, it's very full. When you dig in, you get some really nice brightness there. So that's very versatile. Let's go into position 4 here and see what that does. So already kind of like a little quacky. Now, one thing I noticed right away is going into position 3 here, which is the single coil, there's not much of a volume drop at all. It's very bright, so I think the treble and the wind of that pickup is actually quite nice. So if we go between the neck and that middle, yeah, not much of a volume drop at all, but it's very, very bright. So if you need something, nice and chimey, this middle pickup is gonna get the job done. It's powerful, it's bright, and it can kind of keep up to those humbuckers, which is really nice. So let's try position 2 here. So very, very snappy. Yeah, really, really fun on that pickup. It's got that, you know, that real snap to it. So that's great. Let's try the full bridge humbucker clean. So pretty sizzly clean. I think it's going to sound fantastic dirty, but let's split it. See what it sounds like there. So here are my final thoughts on the VOLA KJM. Now the first thing I want to address is weight, ergonomics, and balance. Those three things when you're buying a new guitar, super important. So I threw it up on the scale, came in at 7.2 pounds, extremely light. I think that alder body with the chambering, yeah, really lightens up this instrument. So 7.2 pounds, that's fantastic. Now in terms of ergonomics, I know white always gets kind of overexposed, but there's a huge belly cut right here. Very comfortable. And hopefully you can see this one here as well, but there's a massive scoop right there. So when your hand kind of naturally nestles up, it hits that contour right there. Very, very comfortable. And in terms of balance, well, there's no headstock dive at all. It stays exactly where you want it. The headstock design is light locking tuners, and no headstock dive. So it balances really nice, lightweight, and ergonomic. Now, as for the overall construction and fit and finish of this instrument, I'm going to sum it up in 3 words. Made in Japan. And I could pretty much stop talking there. You guys know what I'm talking about. The Japanese-made guitars are very precise. All the small little details are taken care of. And this instrument is, no exception. So really nice piece of roasted maple there. As I showed you guys, the fretwork is wonderful. On the edges, very shiny, very silky. The nut is cut really well as well. I'll show you guys the neck profile. I know this is always hard to show on video, but it's pretty much a constant arch. So there's not too much flattening on the back. Very comfortable. So yeah, it just fits into your hand really nice. The one thing I will mention is I'd love to see VOLA do a little bit more rounding on the fingerboard. I know a lot of people just play these guitars fast, with their thumb on the back of the neck, and they don't really interact with sort of the edges of the guitar. But for me, I do like to play notes with my thumb. I like to mute with my thumb and bring my hand over. So I do interact with sort of the fretboard a lot. So I'd love to see a little bit more, just making those edges between the frets a little smoother and silkier. That's really my only gripe on the instrument. Is it the most versatile, studio guitar ever made? Well, it comes pretty close, I think. The trem, the 510, whenever you put that on a guitar, I'm smiling. The break-in period for this guitar was nil. It just held tune right from the get-go, and that has to do with the locking tuners, the nut, and the trem system. So the 510, silky, beautiful. So I love the hardware on this guitar, and it is insanely versatile. So you could, just rock this guitar and get all the tones. So I think it is successful from that standpoint. So yeah, overall, it's a wonderful instrument, made in Japan. The tolerances are wonderful in terms of like all the details. The tones are great. So there you go. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do so. Other than that, hope you guys have a great day. Take care.